Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, just got done watching GCW Highest in the Room 2 from the Ukrainian Culture Center there in Los Angeles. It was on last night on Fight TV, or going to be called Thriller TV. So we're going to run down this card. Really good matches. We had a GCW debut, a couple of them. We had mixed tag match. We had Johnny Game Changer and teaming up with his wife Taya Valkyrie going against Maki del Kill. And then we had Andrade El Itoh versus Janela. Those were the two main events, and those are two fantastic matches. So we're going to start at the beginning. We had actually one of my favorite matches. We had the East Coast Ace Jordan Oliver versus Alec Price, the OG. Two guys who wrestle a lot in the Northeast. Kind of that territory area, a lot of those different little independent promotions. But yeah, these two guys, super talented. Both of them kind of a similar build, similar mood set. Going out there, to me, they started out hot. 12-minute match, 3.5 star. A lot of high flying. You can tell that Jordan Oliver over the years is putting on a little more bulk, and he's a little bit more power game, but he's still got the high flying. Alec Price just all over the place. Both guys, again, great match. Jordan Oliver getting the victory there. Next up, we had 6-man tag match, but with a twist. So, at the last show, which would have been so many of these GCW shows here in 2023, they all kind of run together anymore. What is your choice? There was a match between Matt Cardona and Jimmy Lloyd. If Jimmy Lloyd lost, he became Matt Cardona's broski. So Matt Cardona won that match. So now Jimmy Lloyd is the deathmatch royalty. Matt Cardona, Steph Delander's broski. Basically what that means is slave kind of deal. So we had deathmatch royalty, Matt Cardona, Steph Delander, and Jimmy Lloyd going up against Los Macizos and Little Cholo. So Jimmy Lloyd comes out dressed as he kind of had this one-legged pants on that looked kind of like, Matt Cardona back in the day. Somebody mentioned ECW. I don't remember that ECW, but whatever. Matt Cardona colors and a Matt Cardona shirt. It's like, oh my God, so bad. And of course, the deathmatch royalty. They've been in one death match. But as they're fighting, Los Macizos, one of the top tag teams on the independents, one of the top tag teams in GCW. Every time they wanted Matt Cardona wanted Jimmy Lloyd to do a underhanded heel move, he wouldn't do it. The fans were booing him. He's normally loved by the fans, so he was like kind of torn on what to do, and he ended up inadvertently helping Matt Cardona Steph Delander win the match. But it was literally just back and forth all this. I give it 2.5, but it's kind of that story. Ooh, there's that word, storyline. That's kind of carrying through with it. So it's going to be fun to kind of see where this. Obviously, it's going to end up with another match, Jimmy Lloyd versus Matt Cardona. More than likely a death match. But it's going to be kind of interesting to see how we get there. But Deathmatch Royalty getting the victory there, 2.5 star. Next up, we had a DLC Scramble Match. DLC stands for Doors, Ladders, and Chairs. Oh my, doors, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. So we had Pro Wrestling Noah, GHC, Hardcore Champion Ninja Mack going up against one called Manders, Brody Young Prodigy, called Radrick, Dark Sheik, Mr. Danger, and Oni El Bendito. Never seen Oni El Bendito before until this match. Oh my. He is a powerful, big luchador who can fly with the best of them. He's probably about 6'5". It's like, whoa. He's like the ultimate luchador. Big, powerful, but yet can just fly. We had one called Manders, another powerful guy in here that can still do some top rope stuff. But we had all these young, high-flying Lucha Libre stars. Brody Young Prodigy, a 16-year-old kid. Cole Radrick, the Ratty Daddy, of course. Dark Sheik, she is crazy as can be. Mr. Danger, he took some top rope spots that were unbelievable. Of course, we had doors involved. Multiple people went through doors. We brought the ladder out. We had at one point, I think Mr. Danger on top of a freaking 20-foot ladder, then doing freaking dives. We had only El Bendito doing a couple things off the ladder. El Bendito, at one point, he went to dive over the top rope. He ran up, hit the rope, went to spin. You could tell he kind of wasn't sure what he's doing. He jumped back in the ring, did it again, and then just dove straight over. It looked like he was trying to do an El Vikingo, the El Vikingo move, where he runs, jumps on the rope, and just does like a freaking shooting star or something like that. Ninja Mack, wow, this dude can do just flip. It's amazing how freaking talented these guys are. But yeah, you had about 13 minutes of just that. 3 3/4 star, Ninja Mack getting a win on the DLC Scramble Match. Next up, I laughed because we had Santana Jackson versus George South. For those who know who George South is, he is a Mid-Atlantic Territory, the Carolinas, AML wrestling legend. He's been around this business for 30, 40 years. He is kind of a younger version of a Ric Flair kind of deal. He's known, he hasn't been in California to wrestle in 35 years, they say. Santana Jackson is a wannabe Michael Jackson impersonator who, during the matches, has a personality change. He'll go under the ring, the music will hit, the lights will kind of flicker, he'll come out wearing a wolf's mask. It's a whole different personality for him. He ended up doing this twice during this match. Of course, you had George South going, what the is going on here? It was just the completely polar different. You could be two different wrestlers if you tried. Even the announcers were talking about that. But Santana Jackson ended up getting the victory on George South. 12 minutes of this, I give it 2-star. It wasn't a great match. It was comical, if anything. Next up, we had Game Changer Wrestling Tag Titles on the line. We had Violence is Forever, Dominic, Garrini, Kevin Koo, GCW Tag Team Champions, going up against former GCW World Heavyweight Champion Masha Slamovich and current GCW Ultraviolent Champion Rina and Yamashita. They decided to team up. One badass weapon using kick your ass tag team, Masha and Rina. Violence Forever, again, their name is, what they do is in their name, violence. This match did get violent. This match did get good. At the end of the day, we had Violence is Forever getting the victory, 3.5 star, retaining their GCW tag titles, and continuing their, what are we at on range? Yeah. Let's see. Why is this not telling me what I want it to tell me? It's not telling me how long they've had the titles. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Why it's not telling me... I know they've had it a couple months now at least. Violence is Forever is still your tag team champions. I ended up giving this match, like I said, 3.5. Next up, we had a very hard hitting. We had Big F and Joe versus Sawyer Wreck. Death match basically. These two were using doors. They were using chairs. They were using gusset plates. There was literally gusset plates sitting around on the ring when MLJ came back to the announce table. Sawyer Wreck was going to beat Big F and Joe till Steph DeLander came out. She has an issue with Sawyer Wreck. They've been kind of back and forth. Sawyer Wreck got hit in the head with a chair by Steph DeLander. I think it was in the head or the back with a chair, which caused Big F and Joe to get the victory here. But there's more to come with Steph DeLander and Sawyer Wreck. That could be interesting as well. I ended up giving it 2 3/4 star with the interference and everything. Next up, we had Oos. We had the South Pacific Savages. Jacob Fatu, what's up, Oos? Teaming up with his tag team partner and fellow Samoan Juicy Fatu, going up against Effy and Mance Warner, Second Gear Bussy. Now, this match was hard hitting with Jacob Fatu and Mance Warner. Yeah, Mance comes out bleeding. This match starts out with Mance Warner bleeding. That's wild as hell if you think about it. But Jacob Fatu, one hell of a talented oos there. Him and Juicy Finau end up getting a victory. Well, second gear Bussy, as of right now, half of it is no more. Mance Warner turned on Effy at the end of this match and wompled Effy with a chair a couple times. So now we have second gear crew, which is Mance Warner, Manders, one called Manders, and Matthew Justice. Bussy is Effy and Alley Catch. So a lot of times they'll team up and kind of interact and do stuff. Is Mance Warner out of second gear crew? Or is Effy just out of the second gear Bussy? We know Alley Catch will probably go with Effy more than likely, but is Matthew Justice and one Manders going to stick with Mance, or is he out totally? Yet more to come on that, we don't know. We just know Mance turned on Effy, wobbled over the chair, and left. So we'll find out more about that as we get closer to the end of the year here, see what's going on. But as of right now, South Pacific Savages beat Effy and Mance Warner, 3 1/4 star. Next up, with the GCW World Heavyweight Championship on the line, we had Blake Christian defending his title versus Starboy Charlie. These two, anytime they're in the ring together, they will freaking tear the house down. This is like their second match. They had a match a couple years ago. Starboy Charlie's put on some mass and a little strength since then as well. So is Blake Christian. But I will say about something about Starboy Charlie. His gear. He's kind of changed his gear up a little bit. Still overalls, they're kind of shorts overalls, but they're painted. Danger Kid, I think, or Danger something. He had it painted on there, but it kind of looked like an RVD, old style RVD, the way he's painted up. So I thought that was super cool, but a hell of a match. 16 minutes, 3 1/2 star. Blake Christian retaining his title versus Starboy Charlie. Then we had a mixed tag match. We had Johnny Game Changer, John Hennigan, teaming up with his wife, Valkyrie, versus Maki Del Kill, Maki Itoh, and Nick Gage. I never thought in a million years I would ever be seeing Valkyrie face to face with Nick Gage in a GCW ring. I was like, holy crap. This show had all kinds of freaking ROH, AEW vibes on it. This match, obviously, John Hennigan, Johnny Game Changer, Johnny QTV, Valkyrie's been on AEW and Ring of Honor, Andrade El Idolo, and Joey Janela both have been as well. Nick Gage has been as well. This match didn't get as violent at all. So it was pretty much just a clean match. I think that's what kind of bothered me about it. It just wasn't normal Maki Death Kill. But Johnny Game Changer and Valkyrie getting the victory there over Nick Gage and Maki Itoh. 3 1/4 star. It was just kind of one of those matches like, this is cool. Ooh, this is like, and not, we didn't really get the violence or anything. So we'll see if this continues or where we go here. But overall, a great match. Love seeing guys like a Johnny Game Changer, Valkyrie in GCW. And then our main event, almost 30 minutes, 29 minutes. Andrade El Idolo and Joey Janela. I love the fact that Andrade does the Lucha Libre stuff when the time, he doesn't just flip for the hell of flipping. He does it when it needs to happen. He does power moves when they need to happen. Joey Janela is just like all over the place. The Bad Boys, that has his nickname. But yeah, for almost 30 minutes, these two went at it. This is one hell of a match. And I love seeing Andrade in an environment like GCW, in AEW, than what he did in WWE. Matter of fact, the takeover that Andrade and Johnny Gargano had their big title match, where Andrade won. That was the first match I ever gave 5-star to. So that's what I think of Andrade. That was the very first match. Now I've gone back and rewatched some stuff from Mania's past and some past matches and revised them to 5-star based on watching that match. But I was never, every match is 5-star. Now that was the first one that I've kind of worked everything off of that one. What I consider a 5-star match. Not saying this was not. But that's what I think of Andrade and seeing the different styles he does. Because he's different in GCW than in AEW than in WWE. It's a whole different environment. But this match here, these two guys tore it down. 30 minutes. Andrade getting the victory. I give it 3 3/4 star. Probably one of Joey Janela's best matches of the year, without looking back at everything. But overall, great card. GCW highest in the room 2. I will get the NXT Premium Live event deadline review tomorrow night. I will get Final Resolution for Impact Wrestling as well tomorrow night. Other than that, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Stay tuned and check out the road to Daytona 500 as we count down 70 days away. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports content.